Hello, friends, old and new. Welcome to World Unity Week May Assembly. Thank you for being here with us today. World Unity Week and day one of the 99 Days of Peace through Unity are upon us, just a month away. This year, we invite you to not just participate in World Unity Week, but to declare your mission for 99 days, whether it's something you feel called to do individually or join a group. The opportunities are many. We have so much to share with you today. Everything is shaping up beautifully. Ambassadors are lining up. Program is being drafted. Room stewards training is being conducted weekly. Convergence rooms are forming. We are powering through to bring you a week of incredibly inspiring events. And we have some amazing speakers and artists with us today. So let's kick off officially, and we have a strong feminine trio to lead us into today's assembly. So if we can have Nina from One Humanity, Anne-Marie from the Hague Center, and Janice Hall on the screen to start officially.
That's Victoria, not Janice. We like you, Victoria, but I think we need Janice.
And we will hear from Victoria later on today.
It's nice to be needed. Thank you. I need you all too.
Okay, there you go. Wonderful. So it's a great honor to be invited to kick off this evening and to support Unity Earth in the 99 days. For the last 4 or 5 years, Janice, myself, and Anne-Marie and others have been meeting weekly, every Sunday, to say a particular prayer. So we've adapted this now for you to hear it and to participate in it. Please, we begin by breathing in and out 3 times and enter
into the silence.
And now sound the Om. Realize that we
are an energy center,
a center
of light, linked with all points,
and the center
of light within the human kingdom. To the cosmic love energies.
The heart of
love within the great
ones on the inner plane. Please rest in the silence for 1
minute.
Healing our hearts, and we
recognize our collective and individual commitment
for the mission
of World Unity Week and the 99 days of peace through unity
to assist the new earth rising.
This
is the mantra
of brotherhood,
sisterhood. May the power of one light pour through the group of all true servers.
May the love
of one
soul characterize
the lives of all
who seek to aid
the great one. May
I fulfill my part
in this one work through
forgetfulness, harmlessness,
and right
speech.
Thank you. Thank you.
Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you, Nina. Thank you, Anna Marie. Thank you, Janice, for the beautiful intention and invocation of that opening. And thank you to Irina for the wonderful welcome. It's a very exciting time. It is coming in so close now, just weeks away from World Unity Week, and the field is a buzz, as Irina was sharing, with so much activity and so much that is coming into form, and it is tremendously exciting, particularly as we prepare for everybody to declare each missions that we're on over these 99 days, and just imagine the fulfillment of so much by the time we arrive together in September. Every little piece and every bigger piece and every element which really adds to the whole and makes a difference in this feast of manifestation. So it's very, very exciting to be gathering here at the May Assembly, and with all of you, ambassadors and artists, musicians, speakers, presenters, room stewards, all right across the world. We're spanning right across the planet as we gather in sacred intention today. We're very honored to have our first speaker come back as a World Unity Week ambassador. Miss Audrey Kitagawa from the International Academy for Multicultural Cooperation is again bringing extraordinary content. The films that are being made by Audrey and her team are incredible. This one with David Corton will premiere in World Unity Week, called For the Love of Life. And there is so much that the International Academy for Multicultural Cooperation is doing to advance the cause of harmony, of cooperation, of peace. And so, Miss Audrey Kitagawa, it's a great honor to have you once again join us, and welcome to World Unity Week.
Thank you so much, Ben, and hello everyone from New York City. I'm pleased to be an ambassador for World Unity Week and to be a participant in tonight's assembly, where we will hear presenters share their vision for a new Earth rising, activating the Holomovement, the 99 Days of Peace, and we get a preview of the exciting programs which we will be sharing about, which we will also be presenting during exciting World Unity Week. I express my deepest appreciation to Ben Bowler and his incredible team, who have kept this momentum for World Unity Week going and growing from year to year as a global civil society movement coming together to create a tipping point for positive transformation. To set the stage for this assembly tonight, I wish to begin with a beautiful quote from Mahatma Gandhi, proponent of peace and nonviolence, who, through his application of the deep spiritual principles of ahimsa, nonviolence, and satyagraha, truthfulness, moving through life with integrity, created a movement in the huge subcontinent of India that created a vast political and social change that really transformed the colonial history of India to be a free and independent country that it is today, the world's largest democracy and the most populous country in the world. Here are the words of Mahatma Gandhi, which really captures the spirit of World Unity Week. He said, "I offer you peace. I offer you love. I offer you friendship. I see your beauty. I hear your need. I feel your feelings. My wisdom flows from the highest source. I salute that source in you. Let us work together for unity and peace." This movement of World Unity Week is based on the unifying principles of love, caring for each other, and sharing from the innermost recesses of our own creativity to bring forth our programs, films, songs, dances, ideas, and projects. It is a paradigm of cooperative engagement that celebrates life upon this sacred one home, upon which we all live together, and who has been so generous in her bountiful largesse to support all of our lives and all of life. We live in the Anthropocene age, during which human activities have severely affected the environment and caused the mass extinction of plant and animal species daily, polluted the oceans, and altered the atmosphere. However, just as human beings have had the curiosity and drive to develop a myriad of technologies, we also have the knowledge and ability to reverse the effects on our precious Mother Earth. To do this, we must tap into our creativity, collaborate and share ideas, harness the power of our collective imagination and inspiration to tackle what might otherwise seem impossible. And this is precisely what the Holomovement, part of this year's 99 Days of Peace Through Unity, aims to demonstrate. Groups will envision, present, and execute Holomovement projects to advance peace and cooperation on many fronts. The concept of the Holomovement was developed by physicist David Bohm, who referred to the universe as a flow and said, in this flow, mind and matter are not separate substances. Rather, they are different aspects of our whole and unbroken movement. Bohm recognized that we are all interconnected in undivided wholeness, where everything moves together in an interconnected process. As part of this interconnected process of the flow of life of World Unity Week, I want to invite all of you to attend a plenary presentation on June 22nd at 11 a.m. Eastern Time, where the International Academy for Multicultural Cooperation will be pleased to present the world premiere of a new film featuring Dr. David Korten, a best-selling author of When Corporations Rule the World. In this 40-minute film, Dr. Korten discusses his life's work uncovering the true impacts of economic and development policies, and he offers a new vision for what he calls an ecological civilization based on life-affirming cooperation instead of profit-seeking competition. It also moves this cooperative action to local communities and sourcing food and other necessities from the global to the local levels. The film will be followed by a live conversation with Dr. Korten and myself, and this is a unique opportunity to hear the voice and vision of this remarkable man. And we encourage you to join us for this event again on June 22nd at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. See you all then. Thank you so much, Ben.
Oh, amazing, Miss Audrey Kitagawa. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that beautiful, resonant message, bringing all these themes together of the 99 Days of Peace Through Unity, the Holomovement, and of course, the New Earth Rising. And we look with great anticipation to the premiere of the film that you are releasing in World Unity Week with the eminent David Korten and yourself co-hosting For the Love of Life. Can't wait for that, Audrey. Thank you. Thank you for being with us, and blessings on all that you do.
Aloha.
Thank you so much. Yes, and our next speaker is an amazing brother, an incredible entrepreneur, somebody who's got a brand new book out, A New Universal Dream. Had the pleasure and privilege of sitting down with Steve Farrell from Humanity's team just last week and recorded a piece which will play in World Unity Week, which is about his amazing story from Silicon Valley to a life in service to humanity. Steve, you and Humanity's team are such a blessing. And it's so wonderful to be partnering with you, brother, you know, really arm in arm, hand in hand, all the way through World Unity Week and the 99 days, and then on to the Global Oneness Summit in October. It never stops. So thank you for being with us. Thank you for being a World Unity Week ambassador. We're looking forward to a major plenary program that you put together with a host of incredible speakers in World Unity Week. Steve Farrell, welcome to the May Assembly.
Thank you, Brother Ben. Yeah, wonderful to be here, and it was fantastic being with you and so many other people here out in Sedona, Arizona, when the Holomovement was launched. And boy, that Holomovement, it is going. It has been launched and it's on fire. I want to talk about this theme, New Earth Rising, and I want to suggest that we are well into this new Earth rising. It's a lot of it is below the radar, but it is happening, and even suggest that maybe the hardest part of this journey is behind us. Okay, now I want to bring a couple of things in as I share this. First, science is absolutely affirming unity, oneness. We all are familiar with the Nobel Prize for Physics in October of last year for entanglement. Entanglement is saying two things on opposite sides of the multiverse can be connected. There's no physical connection, but clearly this is an energetic, vibrational universe, and where things are affecting each other. This was just the latest thing in science that's come along. Nassim Harameyn's Resonance Science Foundation is unified field theory, and of course, Dean Radin and many, many others that are part of this whole transformational conscious living group leaders are doing science, bringing forward research that are sharing equations that everything physical and non-physical, from quantum scale objects to cosmological objects, are one, are deeply connected. The Nassim Harameyn later this year is planning to bring out his unified field theory that he shares to 13 digits, demonstrates our unity and oneness to 13 digits, which is 0.00000 when we remember back to grade school. So science is proving what the mystics have shared back to Plato's time in 450 BC, that we're all one. So science is one of the things below the radar that's sharing this work that we're doing, this vision that we have of a world living in peace and unity, that this is actually our natural state, and that these grade school teachings that we grew up with, that we're lucky sperm eating an egg, one lifetime, then we go to a grave, and that the universe is competitive, that all of this is nonsense. There's this whole new narrative that's emerging from this science that's sharing that we're actually everlasting beings with unlimited potential. It wasn't a random thing at all that we were born. In fact, that every person here on the earth, the 8 billion faces, chose to be here now for this great awakening, and is playing a crucial role, that we're each inseparable parts of the one, of the universe. Nassim Harameyn likes to say we're sovereign to one body, or to the universe. So stand up tall and walk straight with good posture, because the universe cannot be without you. That we are inseparable from the universe, and the universe is inseparable from us. So this is one thing I want to bring in, science. The second thing I want to bring in is our conscious business practices that are springing up everywhere. One that's way below the radar, that's huge, is regenerative agriculture. There's an organization, a nonprofit here based in Boulder called the Savory Institute that works with agriculture with farmers all over the world. They were recently down in Paraguay. They just came back from Portugal. There's a fortune being spent on regenerative agriculture, where we're reintroducing animals with natural processes for farming, when we're getting rid of the GMOs and fertilizers and all of this garbage that has ruined our soil. A fortune that's being spent. So these are just two examples of things that are happening that are, one, demonstrating our unity and oneness, and two, applications that are taking off, that are soaring, where these farmers in regenerative agriculture, it's no longer just about bottom line revenue and profit. It's very much about life. It's about serving life first. It's about affirming life, where animal life and plant life and the land and the earth are vital, key measurements of success. Again, instead of just revenue and profit. So I don't want to go over my time here. There are many more things I could share, but I want to just say, boy, if there was ever a moment with New Earth Rising where we really lean into it, as the Holomovement invites us to as well, and all of our organizations, Humanities Team and other organizations, Unity Earth, where we really live into the fullness of this unity and oneness. It no longer needs to be in the logic center of our mind. It belongs in the wisdom center of our soul, where we're tuning out the noise of the world and instead living from that still small voice that we all have, which is what oneness and unity is. And so, Ben, thank you for giving me the time. Real privilege to be here with all of you. And Let's do it. This is not some speech. This is like the life that we're living and the moment that we're in this great shift that's happening on the earth right now.
Beautiful, Brother Steve. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for really laying out the science too that is underpinning and undergirding a lot of this work that's coming together. There is so much convergence between science and spiritual traditions and mystical traditions, which is really driving a lot of this. You mentioned the Holomovement, and the Holomovement itself is one really large part of what is coming together. The book that was released back in March and the amazing gathering we had there in Sedona, based upon, has been mentioned already on the work of David Bohm. But what's happening with that, Steve, is that now the team from the Holomovement are inviting people to come and to participate. And you can go there through holomovement.net, and there you can actually go through and explore what the Holomovement is all about, including applying to be a Holon, which is a group of purpose that is officially aligned and connected to the Holomovement. It's a really exciting new kind of eruption in the whole field. So we would encourage everybody to go there, look at the beautiful website and the Holomovement. We did have Mariko Pitts, who was going to speak with us today, but Mariko had a family emergency really, and so she sends her apologies and greetings to everybody here. But that shouldn't stop us from supporting what the Holomovement is doing. It's a very exciting thing. And thank you, Steve, for also really speaking into some of the grounded things about how this New Earth Rising is showing up in conscious business. I think is such a exciting space, and regenerative agriculture is a great example of the change that is happening right in. Let's hold what you said, that the hardest bit is behind us. Let's hold that true as we go forward together in joy and in unity towards World Unity Week and the 99 days and everything that is behind that. Thank you, brother. Thank you for being with us. We love you, Steve, and blessings. And the book, everybody, you can get it on the normal places. And this is, of course, The New Universal Dream by Steve Farrell. So keep an eye out for that.
Thank you, brother. Good to be with you.
Thank you, Steve. So great to have you with us. And of course, Humanities team, like many organizations here, are members of the Sign Network. And John Raymer, Summer Raymer, and the whole partnership that emerged in World Unity Week in 2020. John, it's been quite a ride in the Magic Canoe over the last few years, and we're just warming up. So fantastic to have you with us, Brother John. Anything you want to say to Steve?
Well, grateful to Steve and you, Ben, and everybody here for this kind of leaning in. Like you said, it's not just a speech, right? We're here to serve in unprecedented ways at the time that is really calling the best in all of us. So I want to believe the most challenging parts behind us, but I'll take what we get. We won't give up. We're going to keep moving forward. And we want to use this time to let people know what resources are available to help them in the days to come. Because we're really looking to move beyond what we've done in the past and create new patterns and new relationships. And that way the situations are going to change. So everyone should know that there's trainings happening tomorrow that you can come to if you want to be a steward of a room, or you want to present during World Unity Week or during Peace Week, or then during the 99 days. What we're encouraging is people to declare missions. Like Dr. Tamsin Woolley Barker and a bunch of all of us together are radically collaborating. 99 days of radical collaboration by teaming up. This is one example of it. The whole activating of the Holomovement, like Ben was just showing, and what we can do to support people forming the Holons and taking the actions and putting the projects forward. We want to be a platform upon which we can not only converge in June and September, but then use that whole 99 days as a catapult. And I want to show you a couple things so you know where to go and how you can get yourself engaged here. Now, don't laugh at my computer screen. I've been closing windows here because we've just been cranking. Let me find it here. And you can easily fill out the form and choose how you want to participate during World Unity Week. So hold on here. Bring up that form. Okay. So there's a website. I'm going to come back to this. This is the Mighty Network. But on this website here, there's a form that appears when you click on participate. And that basically is your starting point. You could say, hey, I just want to register and stay informed in this section called ways to participate. You could just do that. Or you could say, no, you know what? I want to make an offering, bring a presentation. What happens is based upon what you select, those are the additional fields that appear here. Or you could say, no, I'm ready to, me in a group, or you're alone, it's okay. You say, I want to steward a whole room. Like David Gershon's work on Peace on Earth by 2030. There's going to be a Peace on Earth room. So he could say, I want to steward a room. The presentations and the rooms are happening in the convergences in June and September. Or you could say, you know what, I want to declare a mission for the 99 days. And if you fill that out here, that's going to show up inside, not only on the website, but inside this mighty network. So I'm going to switch over here because being informed is necessary, but it's not sufficient. What we really want to do is connect with each other, get to know each other better, work together in unprecedented ways. So I'm going to talk about this network, which many of you are already on, Peace Through Unity. And the way this works, I'm going to use the language they have. These are called a collection. 99 days, you click on that. Each of these are spaces. There's one for World Unity Week. Then there's one for Peace Week. And then there's one for these missions that I just talked about. And when I click on that, these little features change. So we're going to show you in here, you can come now and you can say, I want to participate. That same form is going to show up here. And you could fill this out. But then if you do that, you're going to find out more by staying informed through the news that's happening around World Unity Week as we prepare, and then for these missions that are coming forward. There's training sessions tomorrow. If I click on the events, you can find out about them. The assembly, this is it, what's happening now. You see it's live. It's showing you tomorrow at 11 a.m. You know all the timing when we talk about it. We use Eastern Daylight Time. So EDT 11 a.m. tomorrow or 5 p.m. tomorrow. There are sessions that Becky and I are hosting. People have been coming. It's been fabulous. And you can go here if you say, well, wait a minute. If you ever get lost, there's always the hub where here you belong. And sure enough, now we have the session recordings. So if you can say, hey, I missed that session last time, you can go here and get it. So we're really taking the game to another level. And that requires each of us to be willing to get a little bit out of our comfort zones. It's okay to not know. It's okay if you're confused. It's okay to ask for help. Our opportunity is to be here for each other in unprecedented ways. So I don't want to get into doing all this training and showing you, but there's plenty here to empower you to be able to participate during the convergences or during the 99 days. And Ben, why don't we leave it there, given the tight schedule we have and the encouragement to come tomorrow. We'll put the invite to the Mighty Network here in the chat. So if you're not already on there, go there, go try it out. If you get stuck, reach out for help. That's what we're here for. And thank you, Ben. Thanks for everything that everyone's doing to make this moment in time possible for all of us.
Oh, thank you, Brother John. Thank you, John. It's amazing to see the tools now with what you're unpacking from the Mighty Network is another way for us to engage and to organize and to synergize. It really is a powerful tool. And we're all going to find out what New Earth Rising is going to look like. But one thing we can be sure about is that it's everybody stepping into their mastery and stepping into their genius and putting it in service of the whole. And John, you're a great living example of that, where stepping in to your, big-hearted intention to serve everybody's evolution and becoming here, and using the technology, using the tools to do that. And you've done a brilliant job working extremely hard over the last weeks and months to get ready for this moment. So thank you, brother. We're in good shape.
Of course. We know technology all over, right? All this AI stuff, everything. We all need to be in a learning mode. It's like Teresa Collins said, we're built to learn, not built to last. So let's do this together.
Yes, absolutely.
Here's the link.
Speaking of being out of your comfort zone, we did have a little bit of I've had a large meeting on this room for 4 or 5 years, I think, but somehow it must have expired. So we got to our 100 people and they were locked out. So apologies it's been fixed now, but apologies to anybody who couldn't get in to the meeting in the short period of time. Our next speaker coming up, just appeared before me like magic, is Dr. Kurt Johnson, of course, and talking about people stepping into their genius and stepping into their mastery for the good of all and in service to all. Kurt is an avatar of that, and has been for many, many years and decades working at the forefront of the interspiritual movement, and many other cross-sectional movements, bringing science again, the science together with the mystical dimensions, and a real driving force of the evolutionary leaders, a driving force of what happened in Sedona with the Igniting the Holomovement event that happened in March, and really the key driver for the synergy circles of the evolutionary leaders, and much more besides. The publisher Light on Light, which is just absolutely prolific with extraordinary books at the moment. Kurt, we don't know how you do it all, but it's great to have you with us here. It's really wonderful to have you with us here, Kurt, in World Unity Week in the May Assembly, as we start to build up to June, and the declaration of all these missions, the new earth that is rising, the activation of the Holomovement. It's a truly exciting time. Welcome to the World Unity Week May Assembly, Dr. Kurt Johnson.
Yeah, Ben, thank you so much, and thanks everybody. So I think where I get lucky in my life is I get to participate in so many groups and so many initiatives and so many events. And so actually what I want to share is that, again, what we've all been saying, these are all now going the same direction. It's really amazing. So recently I was part of the Complexity Science Summit and part of the Stewardship Council for Pro-Social World, and part of the deep dive conversations by the SDG Circle at the United Nations. And then of course the Holomovement in Sedona. And what's happening, and it's apparent to everybody, and it comes out when we talk in small groups, that there's a new level of caring that's appearing that's completely irrespective of worldview, whether you're a scientist, a spiritual person, not a spiritual person. People are sitting down together, and they're sitting down together because they care. They care about the future, and they're asking, how do we work together in a way that's beyond our differences in worldview? And this is really so apparent to everybody. So we all know the word altruism, of course, and that is the word that means where we behave, for the good of the whole. And even from the science alone, from our colleague David Sloan Wilson and what's happened in mainstream evolution, we know that from what is known now about how groups make decisions, group selection, and how lots of groups make selection, multi-level selection, that nature itself is trying to move toward systems that are for the good of the whole. So here's the deal, and it was decided, commented on recently. There's lots of kinds of altruism that have already evolved on the planet. We can think right away of bees and ants and termites, but what's interesting is that all the types of altruism that have evolved so far on the planet have been strict hierarchies, that the good of the whole is served by a strict hierarchy. Now, you also are familiar with this from watching Star Trek, right? So you had the Klingons, who were a strict hierarchy, and then you really had the strict hierarchy, which was the Borg. Now, here's what's amazing. What's trying to happen on this planet with this crazy species, Homo sapiens, that has free will and creativity and individual initiative, we're trying to evolve toward an altruism in which that radical free will and creativity and all of that individualism could still find a way that it could be having this cosmopolitan global society that would actually work for the good of all. So there's something going on this planet that it's just momentous, really, I think, in cosmic history. So that's really what's exciting right now. So that's the challenge. And one thing I wanted to mention is that with regard to that, on May 25th, I think has been said, Tamsin Woolley Barker, for those of you who are ELs, because we also have a limit on how many people can be in a room, but we're having a session, of course, with her about biomimicry and what we're learning from how nature itself works, of how we work together to get the best result. And then also on Voice America, we're going to be doing in the series that the ELs have there, the Humanities Moment of Choice, which would be all about this direction, a special about Steve's new book, New Universal Dream, which will be Steve and Neil Donald Walsh, Peter Matisse, Diane Williams, and Deborah Moldow. That'll be posting in early June. And then probably on June 16th, Ben and John, and Ben's one of the founders of that series, The Converts on Voice America, they'll be doing a special about World Unity Week and the 99 days. And we'll also be doing one for Yoga Day with Denise Scotto and the committee at the UN. So my hat's off to everybody. It's exciting now that we can sit down and wherever we see people who are meeting, they seem to be meeting from this deeper place. So great to be here. And I just wish you all the best in where all this great work is going. So thanks a lot.
Oh, wow. Thank you, Dr. Kurt Johnson. Thank you, Kurt. Thank you for sharing all of that. I know that's just a fraction of what you've got going on. There is a huge, you know what? It's a really good sign, even though it was uncomfortable then that, this Zoom room was bursting at the seams and was over capacity. Even yesterday, when we were logging on to have some meetings, we had people joining, thinking it was today already. There is clearly a strong pull towards, all of this that is coming together. Now, that's all the work that everybody here is doing, all the work that you're doing, Kurt, and the Holomovement and Emmanuel Marico and all the key team that are pulling that together. It's almost like when the time comes, it's a natural attractor that really builds and brings more and more resources, more activity, more energy, and you can really feel that. You can feel that here in the space already today. So that's very, very exciting. And I mentioned before that we are spanning the world. We have from Europe now, we're going over to the Hague Center, and Anna Marie Vahova, Cara Stonehouse, and incredible work that as partners in World Unity Week and really co-creators of World Unity Week these many years, and doing extraordinary work, again, building bridges into communities right across the spectrum to weave together and to build coherence and unity. Beautiful work. And Anne-Marie, it's just a joy to work with you and Cara and the team. And welcome. Thanks for staying up. It's close to midnight in Holland. So thank you. Thank you for being with us, Anna-Marie, and welcome to the May Assembly.
Thank you, Ben, John, all of us. It really makes my heart sing to be here. We've been working as a co-creative collective to really see how we can serve the emergence of a conscious harmonic humanity since 2005. And it's just so lovely to see how it's now manifesting in such a diverse form, with the unity in diversity that is there. And the fact that we met in 2019, working with the work of Barbara Marx Hubbard, Ben and John, and that we started to co-create. And then, COVID came and we started this World Unity Week journey. So to see how we are really innovating this heart-centered way of collaborating and how it's becoming, it was first visible in the Zoom context, but now we're also being able, I think, by the quest or the mission that we're asking ourselves to come up with in World Unity Week and continue in that arc of 99 days to Peace Week, where we can come together and celebrate. I think it's really wonderful. And that is my mission, to see how I can serve and how we can serve that space to be as easy, as co-creative as possible, where the fire to continue is really there, that we feel that we are able to ask for support and for help if we need it, also to offer it where we can see it happening, dancing with time instead of trying to really put our ego onto the time and get things done, but really seeing how we can go with the flow. If we can create those kind of conditions, that I hope will serve many of us to achieve whatever comes within us. And I think this next step to not only speaking about unity in diversity, but unity in belonging, can help us to feel and create a container where we feel that belonging. Because if we all find our rightful place in this whole web of life, where we could shine and bring forth our gifts and connect and be in service of, I think that will create a different type of justice, a justice that is so needed in the world, and that I feel, as being in Europe and being in these part of the nation and the many nations that have brought so much injustice into the world, to see how we can really twist that into a form that we can become one humanity in which we all belong and have a place where we can thrive, where we can rest, where we can feel held, where our hearts can grow, where our hearts can be whatever need. I mean, if my soul needs my heart to close, that's also okay. It's about all being able to do that, what we are being called to do, and being supported by our free will, and being supported by our strong, strong connection to nature, to all life forms, to the cosmic beat that is there as well, and that we are practicing to become more in alignment with, to dance with, to be together. And bridging continents, as we call it, as part of the call that Brother Phil brought out to us to serve the prophecy, to see how we can here in Europe also connect to that and be a place where from Europe we can reach out to all kinds of other parts of the world as well. I feel, well, that makes my heart sing. So thank you for joining us, for being here. Tomorrow morning, we will be coming together in the European time zone. Hasina Patel, I can see her on my screen. She is offering this, holding the space with us also, and with many others. And we will celebrate what we did tonight. And I'm happy to be here. And thank you all so much. And yeah, also thank you to Cara and the team. Diana Claire is here and others, to follow my passion in really serving us to co-create with all life forms. Thank you, Ben.
Oh, beautiful, Anna Marie. What a joy to be in this evolving partnerships that are flourishing, you know, on really around the world, on the planet, around the world. It's very exciting to, you know, feel and to experience that. You know, we don't have to do it all as one group, one organization, but through the partnerships and through the transparent agreements and commitments and the trust that we are able to then become this super organism, which is never sleeping, always on, and happening around the world. And you know, it's a very, very exciting and beautiful. It just feels so right. So thank you so much, Anna Marie, Cara, Diane, Claire, everybody from the Hague Center. And thank you to you and Hasina and the other group that is holding down the European Time Zone weekly call, because it's not just everybody here. There's a whole other hemisphere of people that are building and working and weaving up to World Unity Week and the 99 days of peace through unity. Anna Marie.
Yeah, maybe I could share one more thing, that in our, you know, from the start, we've had this Meshworking Cities and Eco-Regions room. And this year we've invited Living Cities Earth initiative to fill that in with us. And the ambition there of that group of now 40 networkers of city and eco-region by initiatives, their ambition is to reach out to 10,000 cities, people there, to see how we can then really change the ways that we design our cities as a place where we can really be creating a living systems. And so in the 99 days, I'm seeing this year actually where we're not only being in this virtual space, but that we are also inviting each and every one of us to see how our missions can be rooted in the place on earth where we are. So that's really one of the next steps, I think, that we're doing, these hybrid forms. And John, you're doing great work with making sure that we also, with the teams, of course, that we have the tools and techniques for that, but to really root ourselves in the place. So I'm calling in from Vreeland, Friesland in the Netherlands. So, you know, really getting myself, yeah, what can I do here whilst I'm also sharing all this loving space here in the virtual Zooms?
Yeah, beautiful, Anna Marie. Very important. The spirit of place is coming into World Unity Week in a very powerful way through many different kind of events and ways. And that's amazing to be reaching out to all those cities to bring them in to the field. We know Chief Dwayne Perry on the 24th of June will be doing a major event out from Split Rock. And there are other events that are taking place. World Peace and Prayer Day will happen once again around the solstice near Mount Shasta in California. And there'll be many other events and broadcasts that will be coming from a place. So while we might still be jumping into Zoom rooms, there will be people that are bringing the connection of the land and of the sacred sites into the field, which is just so powerful.
You know, Ben, the work of Brand Earth and Tamsin's work on remembering and awakening to the nature of place That builds the connection with the indigenous world, because if you're going to know a place, you know who are the first people there. So there's such a beautiful symmetry between our honoring the places and awakening to those places and bringing the relationships to the indigenous world and to nature. I mean, we are growing. It's great, Anne-Marie. Thank you for your amazing work. Oh my gosh.
Thank you, John. Yes, and Brand Earth, happy to announce and to report that Harry Ugavy, Brand Earth, and the team have come on as a World Unity Week sponsor and sponsor of the 99 Days of Peace Through Unity, which we need. You know, to make all this happen, we do need sponsorship. So we're very grateful to Brand Earth, to Harry, who's been such a strong supporter of Tamsin and the whole incredible work that Dr. Tamsin Woolley Barker is doing. So all these things connected. And we are very grateful, John, to Harry Ugavy and Brand Earth. So you'll be hearing more about Brand Earth and the initiative, which is coming out. It's coming out in World Unity Week in the 99 days, which is exciting.
It fits with the whole new Earth rising. Earth is our only home. Earth is our only brand. It's our only shareholder. And learning how to love Earth in a whole new way and rethink brands and understanding Tamsin's work. She's going to be doing those 99 days of radical collaboration by teaming up. So there's tremendous opportunity together here. Fabulous.
Let's go. All right. You know, another really important part of everything we do is music. So we're very honored and just really, really grateful to have Brother Omar Shah here with us. We know Brother Omar Shah through our dear brother friend Scott Katamas and the Awakening World and Deborah Giusti and back to Saturday Night Alive. And I think, you know, Omar Shah, you've been in this field with Scott and for many, many years, and just blessing with your generous spirit and your beautiful.
So, yes, Ben, thank you so much. Namaste and aloha, everybody. And I come as a representative, I think, of the source of all creation, as we all do, and of course of the Global Peace Tribe. But I've been traveling with my music around the world. I've been in 33 countries in 25 years, and many of the countries many times. And what it's done for me is it's busted all of the stereotypes about all race, religion, cultures, creed, etc. It just stripped it from my psyche. And I had to kind of go back and then go through my psyche to remove all these places of judgment within me, which ultimately I have found out to be just me resisting myself. And so I'm going to play a song here called The Way Things Are. And let's just put your hand on your heart and maybe just take a few deep breaths together. And let's go down this little lovely, I was going to call it a rabbit hole, but it's probably a star-filled Pandora's box. And so
what do you see when you're alone? What do you feel when you are by yourself? How could it be that you are here? Isn't it strange the way things are? Look at the river flowing by. Look at the colors of the butterfly. And how do you feel about your life? Isn't it strange the way things are? Like a dolphin in the ocean, I can hear you calling me. Come on and you say, the water's fine, I have come to set you free. You have never been alone, my friend, I was just a thought away. There's a deep deeper love that's holding you, and it's here to lead the way. La 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 la. Now that you see you're not alone, and there is no such thing as by yourself, and there is a hand that's lifting you into the presence of yourself. And life is a tale that never ends, and there is a purpose to each heart that beats, and you are the river flowing by, and you are the color of the butterfly. Like a dolphin in the ocean, I can hear you calling me. Come on and you say, the water's fine, I have come to set you free. You have never been alone, my friend, I was just a thought away. 'Cause there's a deeper love that's holding you, and it's here to lead the way. La la la. Fine, I have come to set you free. You have never been alone, my friend, I was just a thought away. There's a deeper love that's holding you, and it's here to lead the way.
Brother, thank you. I love that piece. I love that song.
And it's a real fun song to actually sing. And I know we're moving on here, but it came to me whole and complete. I was at an event in Bali, and I got this transmission, this download, and within 15-20 minutes this whole thing came through. A gift from the dolphins, the cetaceans. So namaste and namasko. Love you all.
Thank you, brother. Thank you so much, Ramesh. I really thank you. Thank you for being with us and blessing us with that song.
Truly my privilege and pleasure.
To our dolphin friends for gifting it to you and through you to us.
Yes, thank you.
Things. All right, we're now moving on to a great, a woman of action, someone who has manifested vision for many, many, many years. The wonderful Nina Meyerhoff. Nina, it's always beautiful to see you, radiant and resplendent, and there's a lot of exciting things coming up, with the work, the One Humanity Institute and everything else. You've got some big visions to connect some very powerful stories as we come together at this really important time. Welcome, Nina. It's beautiful to have you with us.
Thank you. Thank you. It's a pleasure to be with you. And that was magnificent, beautiful. So for people that don't know about the project, we've been working the last 7 years or so as a group with Domin Kochevo and myself, building the concept of One Humanity Institute. The idea is a place to concretize the ideas. So we call it a solutionarium, and it's to be located across the street from Auschwitz, which contains the worst horrors of humanity and has kept it historically alive. And to date, we have 3 buildings, one that's been converted, and we're beginning to create programs there, and we call it a solutionarium. And for those that don't know, there are over 2 million people that come to Auschwitz annually. So we have the opportunity for these people to cross the street and to experience something of the transformative ideas of how we can live together as one humanity. So we've done several think tanks. We've also done Zooms. The last Zoom, from my perspective, was monumental because we had youth that have experienced war, and we discussed the impact of violence on their lives. And it was heart-wrenching to hear them, but really important because the young people carry forward the difficulties that we've experienced in life, and we have to create opportunities for them to have a new environment, a safe environment where they can explore what consciousness is for them and new systems that need to evolve. So the next project that we have that's coming up in a few weeks is we've invited some people from Japan, led by the Saionji family, who are the peace pole people, and we're going to be planting a 6-sided peace pole at this place, which we call One Humanity Bakery. And we will be working together to look at the trauma and go deep within ourselves to experience what is it that we must release so that young people can have a fresh start, that we do not contaminate their thinking, but give them an opportunity to go forward as really leaders of the future. Because if they just continue on the way we have, it's not going to work. We really, really, really need to give them the form that gives them the opportunity to discover who are they and what can they do in the world and what is their purpose and who are they as soul more than anything. And then the following program will be a youth program in August where we will have a gathering of young people to start there. And what we want to do is implode into the environment this potential to create new understanding, to bring people together and to experience fully, not in our minds, but in our hearts, what is one humanity. So thank you, Ben, for inviting me to share our programs, and we're excited to do them.
Oh, Nina, you guys are so inspiring. You continue to evolve and to grow and to connect and to weave together. It's just beautiful. I remember some of the events from last year coming from the bakery there in Poland were just jaw-dropping. I had the privilege of catching up with Laurie Layden here in Melbourne recently, and she was talking about the program where you connected the youth from Poland and Ukraine to some of the survivors that she works with from Rwanda, and powerful work. And now to be connecting, this Auschwitz to Hiroshima, it feels extremely potent and powerful. Thank you, Nina, and your team for everything that you're doing and bringing.
Thank you for inviting me. Yes.
It's amazing. You know, I just want to take a moment, Nina, because some people might say in the movement that we're connected to that, you know, it's all love and light and people rushing into the light. But for you to be called into these stories of Auschwitz and then to connect them with horrific tragedies around the world that have happened in our history just feels so brave and such strong, you know, courageous leadership, and so right to rush into the darkness together to be.
I can't say I love the energy there.
Oh no, but you're called to do it, and that is inspirational. And yeah, we love you, Nina. Thank you so much for all you're doing, and we can't wait to see everything that arises through World Unity Week, the 99 days and beyond. We are blessed with so many heroes and champions and legends in the making. Our next speaker is also another one of these Renaissance people doing incredible work. You know, every time I learn a little bit more about Tammy Scarlett and what she's doing, a little bit more amazed about how she's got the capacity to do it. Also with a young child as well. It's an incredible. Tammy is now the executive director of Unify Foundation, is doing a PhD, as a mum, is just absolutely incredible everything that Tammy is holding down, and many more things besides. Sits on a number of boards and is weaving together at a very meta level a lot of what is taking place. So Tammy, it's really delightful to have you with us as a speaker today in the May World Unity Week Assembly.
Thank you so much, Ben. It's an honor to be here. Yeah, there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on in, I think, all of our worlds. And for me, I know that when the clock turned 2023, a bunch of things just got running on the fast track, and Spirit kept saying to me, systemic change, which was my way of interpretationally being able to hear that the things that I was going to be putting my time towards were going to need to be able to have exponential output. And so that also turned my attention towards collaboration and new ways of collaborating and being open to allowing new ways and templating new ways and innovating new ways of collaborating so that we get that exponential intelligence that allows for those exponential outcomes. And I think it's totally for such a time as this. So Unify we're a partner, obviously, with Unity Earth and with World Unity Week. We're a broadcast partner, and we have been in the past, but this year we were really excited to dive deeper and just see what might be able to emerge. And I loved being at Igniting the Holomovement and with every beautiful, amazing soul that was there, and just feeling all of the genius that was bubbling to the surface, that was getting lit up by being in proximity with others that had these light codes and visions and hopes for humanity and for our future. And I think my big takeaway from that was that if we lean into each other's genius zones and what it is that each of us really has inside of us that will light up and come to the surface and be activated, then we get to not only enjoy that from one another, but we actually get the opportunity to create something new that wasn't possible before. And I think what I've been noticing is that I think I've heard some people say it even today on this call, there's kind of a new energy that's been emerging in the collective consciousness. And for me, the way that I'm seeing that come out is it's like people are open to collaboration in ways that they weren't able to be open before. And maybe that was because we had, fears or constructs around the ways that we needed to hold our autonomy. But it's like now there's this opportunity to have all of our autonomy and everything that we want in our own agency, and also lean into these beautiful collaborations. So that's what I'm most excited about, is just seeing these things come to the surface. In the 99 days of peace through unity, there are going to be so many amazing things happening. We also have partnered, Unify has, with David Gershon's Empowerment Institute. So we're working with them on furthering the peace on earth zones and those peace polls. Nina, I love them. I hope we can double the amount of peace polls that are posted all over the planet in the next few years, and just start to see it as a flag of peace flying high for all the world to see, and for people to be able to recognize when they see someplace and go like, see, it's happening. And we all get to be a part of that, whether you have a poll or not, you get to be a part of that. So this 99 days of peace through unity, I think is a fantastic opportunity for each of us to kind of flex our muscles in a way that maybe we haven't before. And maybe that way can include some kind of collaboration where we don't have to be afraid of failure and we don't have to be afraid of losing our autonomy. We just get to be with one another and lean in and see what beautiful thing can emerge. So I think that's what I'm most excited about this year. And I'm super excited to be a part of it personally and for Unify to be a part of it and just to get to spend more time with each one of you.
Perfect. Perfect, Tammy. Thank you so much. Thank you for that beautiful, brilliant message. And yes, systemic change absolutely is the call to higher order change. Thank you for all the weaving that you're doing, all the partnerships and all the follow through. You're just a wonderful person to work with, Tammy. And we are, so blessed and delighted by a relationship with you and Unify and Miranda, and blessings to Brother Adil and everybody at the team Unify, and excited about what this 99 Days of Peace for Unity represents. We're learning as we go, and we're developing, and we are preparing for whatever comes beyond this. So thank you so much, Tammy. Thank you for being with us today. It was really blessed.
Here's to learning.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, another amazing partner in what is coming through for this year and around this period of time is Earthwise and Annalou Smitsman and the Earthwise Constitution, which if you haven't seen it yet, do look it up. But we're blessed to have Justine Page. Justine's from here in Melbourne. It's great to have another Melbourneian here. Am I right, Justine? Or maybe I got, and we'll get you unmuted. But it's great to have you with us from Earthwise. Welcome, Justine, to the World Unity Week May Assembly.
Thank you so much, Ben. It is absolutely such an honor, and it's crazy how the universe works. I just moved to Melbourne in 2019, so I actually remember my first Unity Week huddling still in a rental, and I'm not far from you, just an hour up the road. So when I look at all the familiar faces, and so lovely to be in this circle, and people scattered all over the world, it's crazy to think that we're just an hour away. I'm here wanting to speak to you about the Earthwise Constitution. Earthwise has been founded by Annalou Smitsman, and this constitution has really been our work since 2015. We as an organization have evolved through a vision, through our mission, into creating something that now we're sharing with the world, because we want this to be used by everybody. It's an open source document. So Annalou has prepared a few words for us. She could not be here herself. One thing in the world that we need to do is maybe shift to one time zone. So the Earthwise Constitution serves as a new kind of social contract for creating a thriving planetary civilization in loving partnership with our Earth. It is an open source and freely available document for everyone. You can actually download it. I'm going to put in a link here in the chat. You can download it yourself, use it with how you choose in work, in life, in projects, in organizations. It is an inclusive document that has a vision, evolutionary principles, and future archetypes and values that all together lead to 16 commitments that we collectively can use as a framework in all of the work that we go out to do. And if we all collectively do this through one unified vision, then we are creating a better world. What I'd like to share with you, and I think I have a screen share. Yes, thank you. Is just a quick overview of what these pledges we suggest would look like. And I'll share this entire document with you. So these pledges have already been used by numerous organizations, and we're so thrilled to be here working with Unity Earth. It is really it all comes through one promise. The promise that we, as future ancestors of a planetary civilization, commit to co-creating thrivable worlds and futures with the wisdom of living systems in partnership with life and our Earth. And everything that we've been speaking to today about Earth being our own brand, our own home, this is all about making sure that we're doing comes from this one promise. Our vision, the entire Constitution starts with a singular vision that we become a planetary civilization of thriving communities of life as wise, joyful, and living partners of our Earth. You can read the entire vision on the website that I have provided. So how this Constitution has evolved through its values, through its archetypes, and into these 13 living systems is really to begin with a unified consciousness. And through the entire journey, 13, and it's wonderful how Ben, you brought that number into presencing it at the very beginning of our circle, is the 13th step is really becoming earth-wise. In order to become earth-wise, we really need to commit to these 13 or 16 pledges. And these pledges are structured in 4 quadrants, 4 parts of the world, starting with the calling. And that was so beautifully started in 2020 with the call, answering the call in the first World Unity Week. The second direction is stewarding for thrivability, then upgrading how we play the game of life. We've got to make some changes, and of course, becoming the new world. So each pledge in each of these quadrants, so in each quadrant, there are 4 pledges. This is what the structure looks like, and we'll share this entire document. Each pledge also has an action that can be taken and a suggestion that we could use a hashtag so that every time somebody makes a mission and a pledge for the 19.
It looks like we lost Justine. Looks like we lost Justine. She may have had some technical issues and dropped out there while she's maybe finding her way back. Let me take a moment to acknowledge and thank our primary supporters and sponsors at Purpose Earth. Again, not only are they doing amazing work and have been now for the last, coming onto their 3 years, but it is just an extraordinary blessing of what they've been able to do, donating now and giving away almost $500,000 to small grassroots groups doing amazing work in different parts of the world. Many of them are youth groups, women's groups from Africa, India, and the developing world. So I do want to just take a moment to acknowledge Purpose Earth as primary sponsor, and also the amazing work that they're doing, which is a true blessing to so many of these groups of purpose that are around the world. Let's take a moment, and maybe what I'll do is I'll just play a little Purpose Earth video, and let's see if Justine finds her way back in. But let's enjoy. This is an old one, so the numbers have gone up since this one was released. But well, I'll have new videos for World Unity Week in time. All right. Thank you to our good friends at Purpose Earth. And there will be an amazing plenary on Purpose Earth on the 18th of June, which is Sunday, and it's going to be dedicated to those change makers. It's going to be a day where focusing on empowerment. So it couldn't be a more perfect theme. And there'll be a lot of passing the torch to the next generation and to change makers around the world. So super excited. I know we've had Peter Blaze and Laura Rose and Marty K. Casey and a whole bunch of people are here from Purpose Earth. So thank you to everybody that makes it possible. Justine, I believe you're back. Maybe just in the final minute, Justine, perhaps just share a little bit about how people can find out more about Earthwise Constitution. How can they follow up? Let's just get Justine unmuted. Okay, yeah, I think you must have just dropped out there for a sec. So let's get you unmuted, Justine, and maybe just for the last minute, tell us about how people can get connected and find out more.
Thank you so much. I love how the universe works. My internet dropped out. So I have shared the link, and when I finish speaking, I'm going to share the link and the presentation. And so everybody can jump in and participate by choosing one of these 16 pledges as they create their own mission for the 99 days and for the 99 days World Unity Week that will be launching June 22nd. I also just realized that June 22nd, I will be dialing in from Poland. So it's so beautiful to hear the work that has been done by One Humanity, because I will be in Auschwitz myself, as that is part of my heritage, and I'm taking my family, my children there. So I'll just share everything here. I would think Janice wanted to also just wrap up the Constitution, if I can give her 30 seconds. Janice Hall?
We don't have really 30 seconds, unfortunately.
Thank you, Ben.
Thank you, Justine.
Thank you
So much. And amazing that you're going to Auschwitz. Do connect with Nina and One Humanity Institute when you're there. I think that's going to be beautiful. All right, yeah. So we are a little bit behind time, so apologies there. But we're now moving on to Victoria Friedman. If we can bring Victoria up. Victoria is another one of these polymath people doing multiple things. Incredible work from Vista Institute with her husband Ron, and is also a board member of Unity Earth 501c3. We're very grateful for everything Victoria brings. A long distinguished career of bringing into spiritual and bringing the arts, and now working with children, doing beautiful work. Victoria, you look and you are beautiful. Welcome to the May Assembly.
Thank you, Ben. Thank you so much. And hello, World Unity Week. And thank you, Ben and Irina, for asking me to speak. Thank you. So I have this little story here. In June of last year, I got a call from a representative of the Unitive Narrative Synergy Circle, the Unitive Narrative Synergy Circle of the Evolutionary Leaders. And the Unitive Narrative, and I'm sorry to say it in one little line, you can go on their website, provides a collective worldview from separation to the perspective of unity and diversity. So they called me up and they asked me if I would think of creating a children's story for 5 to 6-year-olds about the unitive narrative. Okay, so the story came, and I got online with Jude Caravan, the inspirational Jude Caravan, oh my God, from Gaia, learned a lot about our planet Earth. And so the story came, and shortly right after that, Kurt, wonderful catalyst, master catalyst, introduced me to Rian Eisler, iconic woman, incredible. She wrote that book, the chalice, no, the chalice and the blade. So much information on gender, domination, through prehistory and history. It's just whatever we know about it, we would know there's so much more to know. And she's an amazing woman. And we started to do a book with her. And then Bob Atkinson with a sparkle in his eye, and the new story of wholeness came in. And so now it's a trilogy. So I'm going to do this as fast as I can, Ben. And I'm going to take a few seconds and screen share and show you 3 spreads. That's 2 parts of a book. Inside of a book, it's 8 by 10 on these 3 different stories. Okay. So let's see if I can, and okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, so the first story is called, Brightness, the Eyes of Love. And this is our story, Unitive Narrative. It's a story, starts with the beginning of Earth and nothingness, and then moves into the creation of Earth. And then from this great brightness come these sparklings. That's what we all are, these sparklings that are really part of one brightness. And these sparklings come to Earth, and Earth becomes filled with a fog. I think you're all familiar with that. And so the story goes on how that fog affects the earth, what happens on the earth, and then how there's certain people who decide to be courageous and run into the darkness. As we said before, they run into the darkness, into the fog. And this is all doodled. I doodled all this. I'm a doodler from way back and worked with a digital artist, my friend Ellen, to create the art. So that's one book. Okay. That's it. And then Rian Eisler, The Four Cornerstones of Partnership. This book begins when Earth is already covered with the fog. It's really covered. Some people don't care. They think it's just fine. Just, go around in the fog. But Mother Earth is very concerned. Yes, Mother Earth, her fingers. I love her because she has all this jewelry on it. Her nails are done. It's really, really special. So Mother Earth asked the universe to help her because, she was very concerned. The universe sends down 4 children born as the fog busters, 4 children to Earth. And you see they're in the gray. And the children are from the 4 cornerstones of the world. This is Cali. You see Cali here from California. And the Oro is from the Iceland, the land of ice with the volcanoes and the Aurora Borealis. And here is Rico. He's from Brazil, Carnival land. And Emu, she's from the land of the tree temples. So these children take a huge journey. They become fogbusters. They go and meet a spirit fairy named Olivia in the tree temples, and they land up being the fogbusters who invite people to a website and invite all children to come in and be fogbusters. So this one is called Fogbusters, the Eyes of Care. Oh my God, it's been so incredible to see how care could really do something. Just the beautiful value of caring. And Rian Eisler, amazing. And we can't miss this. Bob Atkinson. Okay, this book is Wonder, the Eyes of Wholeness. This is the first page. We only have the first page. And Bob's books begin with imagine. So here it is, imagine from the beginning, forever, that all mountains, all animals, all of us were one life. And this book unfolds into the future when we are actually living what we know to be true and what we know in our hearts that has always been the vision for Earth. Okay, that's that. So that's that. I just want to say we're starting hold-ons on this, 3 different hold-ons. So if anybody can do merchandising, cartooning, animation, merchandising, perhaps merchandising, please email me. I'll put my email in the chat. Okay, thank you, Ben.
Oh, that is amazing. That is amazing, Victoria. Yes, I'm sure we all want to be fogbusters. And thank you so much for doing that. That is beautiful. I just love how you brought that down to the kids and tell those stories in such beautiful ways. Well done, Victoria. I'm looking forward to seeing that come to life across, these next few months and beyond. Thank you very much. And wonderful that we're, leaning into the kids and the next generation. I know it's a really big, important part of World Unity Week this year. We'll be working with youth and with children and people of the next generation. So thank you, Victoria, for that beautiful work. I know you've touched a lot of hearts, and more to come about these books as they come out. And as the next couple of speakers actually are going to be collaborating and also working together to bring the youth into World Unity Week. First speaker is none other than Dr. Marty K. Casey from Ungun Institute. Dr. Marty is going to be, bringing incredible work as always to light for the global community in World Unity Week and beyond, and is doing amazing work in the schools locally. Talk about being local in place. Dr. Marty's out there in the schools, in the public schools of St. Louis, bringing the Ungun curriculum to hundreds and hundreds of students in the community. Marty, it's great to have you with us. Welcome.
Thank you. It's always such a pleasure to be here with the Unity family and the global family from around the world. I have to just instantly say that if it was not for this connection through my sister, Pookie Lee, who first invited me to come in to be a part of this, I don't believe that Ungun Institute would be doing the global work that it is continuously doing today. From this platform, I have been able to present, to be accepted, to grow, and to acknowledge how collaboration can truly make a difference in our communities, no matter what our zip codes are. We live right next door to each other. It doesn't matter where you live in the world. We live right next door to each other because our hearts should always be one. I first want to say that, and I know we're running short of time, so I won't be long-winded, but I do want to say that it is an honor to be participating in the 99 Days of Peace. And Ungun Institute has been able to develop a global level of collaboration because of the hard work that you continue to do, Ben, along with so many others. So I just personally thank you, brother, for that. Again, I remember that when I was first connected to this global community, I was excited and I had great expectations of collaborations. And so it is so awesome to see that that has continued to develop. And working with these many change makers, again, gives me so much hope of what peace really is and what it feels like across cultures. But the one concern, I have to be honest, that I had is how do we continue to grow diversity in this space within the family? And that download came to me that it was my duty to keep working purposely from within, remain authentic and non-judgmental. So sometimes I come into a space, I may see or say things in a way that others may not, and it is not to be offensive to anyone at any time. That is not the way my heart is set up, but it is to possibly offer something and bring something to the table that may not always be served up, because I do come from a different space and a place. And when we're talking about a new earth rising, we don't want to leave anyone behind. And I think it is important that everyone has a seat at the table and a voice to be heard. So the next time I want to just offer that when you see someone ask for a seat at the table, sometimes we forget that people we're sitting next to may not look like us, and that's okay. As a matter of fact, that is the blessing in the space. Let's be brave enough to take a seat next to someone that may not look like you. Still pass the potatoes of knowledge and pour a glass or two of purpose. Offer them a bite of dessert of differences, but absolutely never tell them that the empty seat next to you is already taken. Allow them to take that seat and sit down, feel welcome, so that we can continue to work together. I am excited because I will be serving in two different spaces, I do believe, Ben. I don't want to misspeak, but one of the spaces that I will be serving on the plenary will be ungunning racism from the casual to the fatal. And I will also be working and collaborating with a very special young lady out of California. Am I jumping ahead, Ben? Oh, Ben's on the phone, so maybe I'm not. There she is. Yay. So I'm glad. I'm so glad that they brought you in, Georgia. So I think that's my hint to let them know that this is the one that we're going to be focusing on right away. So Georgia, I'm excited because when I saw you, my dear, present in California, I seriously was jumping out of my seat because I created a very similar presentation after the unrest of Ferguson with a group of children here in St. Louis. And everything that you are doing and you were doing around that same time it's almost as if we were mirroring each other. And when I came up to you, I wanted to make sure that I did not leave that room without us exchanging information. And the reason for this is that I want to swap children. I want to bring some of your children from LA to St. Louis and some St. Louis children to LA. And I believe that will happen. But I think we should use this space to talk about that and what that looks like and what the benefits could be, and get buy-in and weigh in from others that's tuning in to say what that could mean for them in their community when they bring other young people to witness that. So I'm going to be quiet. I'm going to let you speak, because if we're mirroring each other, at some point I have to just listen.
Oh, goodness, Marty, I wish you wouldn't stop. It's so delicious, truly delicious, in the way that I'm like, I'm not a card person. I'm not a dessert person, but I want those potatoes and I want that dessert. Could you please pass it? It's the first time in years I will have eaten either of those things. Thank goodness.
Just so delicious. Truly, thank you, Marty. And I'm so excited to be here and see new faces and some of my new friends. Thank you, Ben, for bringing new friends into my world. It's always a good thing. So it's just lovely. And hi, Gary, I saw your message. Thank you so much. But I will just really quickly talk about what we're doing, because I think this is a perfect opportunity. Like you were saying, Marty, there's so many different communities, and it's only a gift when we come together. It's not an issue. It's like, yes, and 2 + 10 + 20, like the ability to have young people with older folks and different colors and different experiences and different stories and just different feelings is what I think we're going to create in this week. I'm excited to talk. I'll go straight into our event maybe and work around that, if that's okay, Ben. On the Sunday, we're going to be bringing together young people to talk about what unity means to them, what their future feels like, what we can do. Because as I look across this gorgeous screen of folks, I see the support system for our young people. I see the group of thinkers and dreamers and believers that have the space to do that. And a lot of our young people don't know where to start with that. They have ideas, they have passion, they have determination. A lot of them that Marty and I get the pleasure of interacting with and loving have so much trauma. And trauma, as we all know, can go one direction or it can go another. And when it is able to be funneled into social change, into love, into empathy, into compassion, and then into creation of great things, these kids are unstoppable. And we need to give them access. We need to give them support. So we're going to be coming together and asking them these questions over a 90-minute period. I will be sitting here talking with some of my young people. We're going to cross to Marty to talk to some of her people, young people, and we're going to then turn to you all to ask questions that you want to know. How can you support? And ask the things of them that make them feel heard. Make them feel like we do care, because I know we do, but sometimes they don't feel that. And this is going to be an opportunity to share that. Yes, Marty, I see that. Go for it.
Yeah. And I just want to say as to what I was leading in with about, allowing people to take a seat. This is an opportunity where you get to pull up a seat in this room next to these youth to hear what they have to say. If we're talking about global change, this is where it has to happen. The one thing I want you to know is that trauma doesn't happen to you. It happens in you. Mm-hmm. And there's a lot of trauma inside of our youth. And this is the moment where we see how it shows up. It may not look like the way you think it should look. It's definitely not going to sound like when you hear some of these backstories of the babies that I'm bringing into the room. It's not going to sound like anything that you probably have heard before in these spaces, because I know most of you all, but I want you to just be willing to still sit there and hold space for these babies. It's necessary when we're talking about New Earth rising and being change makers.
I couldn't agree more. Well said, Marty. Ben, do you want me to mention the other two events? What would serve you the best in this moment? Because I could just keep diving with Marty on all this stuff.
No, this is great. I mean, you were starting to get a bit of a feel for the vibe of what's going to be, the youth plenary, which is Sunday, 18th of June at 7 p.m. Eastern time, is going to be as Georgia and Marty were saying there. And anybody who's got youth leaders you want to bring to that event, bring them into the room, because we'll be facilitating it in the Zoom room. Plus, we'll be live in LA and in St. Louis, and there could even be some other locations around the world. But this is an open invitation. If you're working with youth, this is the one to make sure that they come to. We will ensure that, everybody gets an opportunity to share what they want to share, but it will be then co-hosted with Georgia live in LA and Marty in St. Louis. I just want to, I want you to complete Georgia on the other things, but also just to go back to what Marty had said earlier about the plenary that we're doing with Ungun, which is Ungunning Racism from the Casual to the Fatal, is going to be with the uncle of George Floyd, a gentleman called Selwyn Jones, who's going to be there with some other really incredible change makers working at the intersection of politics and local government. This and Marty, of course, who's going to be really holding the space. So this is going to be one not to be missed. I had the opportunity to meet Uncle Selwyn Jones through Marty during the week, and all of us remember what happened back in 2020 with the murder of George Floyd. Was a match that went into like a tinder fire around the world. And this issue, is one that couldn't be more powerful for us to address as we come together and look at healing and disarming trauma. So, Marty, thank you for putting that together. That is extraordinary. I wanted to put an underline under that. And that is going to be the plenary happening on the day dedicated to unity, which is June 20th. In the evening again, 7 p.m. Eastern. Now, Georgia, then the youth plenary we're doing with you and the other things, please share the other things you're going to be doing at World Unity Week.
Sure. And quickly to answer your question, Charles, the young people we'll have in our space will be teens, but any young person is welcome always. There's never an earlier time. We're not going to be talking about triggering things in particular. It's a welcoming space. So, but thank you for checking. Okay, the other two things on the 17th on the launch day. And by the way, if you're in LA or anywhere nearby, please come in person to this, but you can also join in Zoom. On Zoom, my organization and anyone in the community of Los Angeles that wants to join is we're painting a plane at Van Nuys Airport that day, where everybody's coming together to paint a Learjet that has been decommissioned and will eventually be put in the streets of LA as a reminder of all of these community kids coming together and painting. But we don't usually always invite everybody, but this was this is too good not to show how magical art can be when you come together. And the kids at Casa Esperanza, which is a Latino community here in Panorama City, are the ones that designed it with a married couple artist team, and we'll be painting and we're cutting to me occasionally to show you how it's going and the progress. So super excited on that one. But like I said, come if you can in LA, because that's where the magic happens. And on the Friday at 5:30 of Unity Week, I will be doing something that gives me a bit of butterflies, which will be premiering something I will have recorded on May 31st. I shared with Ben through this beautiful new friendship that we're building that I walked 100 miles across LA last year to bring awareness to the importance of putting your heart with your feet on the ground in the communities if you wish to be part of the solution. You have to be listening, you have to be looking, you have to be open to seeing what's hard to see to change things. And as part of that, I saw the things that even working in these communities and visiting, I hadn't experienced. And I've been in so much internal and for a while, very physical pain afterwards, because I did it in 3 days, which by the way, you shouldn't do. Don't do that. 37 miles-ish, a day, not a good idea, just saying. But I got to feel the pain that I needed to feel to have the learning that I'm now sharing in this performance on May 31st. It's called Love and Pain, 60 Things I Learned Walking 100 Miles Across Los Angeles. And I will be filming it to share and premiere here on the Friday at 5:30 Pacific Standard Time or DT, whichever one of those things we're in right now, to share with you all. It felt so appropriate as a community that are constantly looking for solutions, and you haven't turned away. So many people I'm experiencing are turning away because it's just too hard, and you're all leaning in. So it feels really beautiful to share with you all as the first place of sharing, other than that filming of what I learned. So I'm really excited, and we'll have a discussion afterwards and see where we go. And here's hoping it's useful and beneficial to you all.
Oh, it's amazing, right, Marty? It's amazing. So, Georgia, thank you. We met through Purpose Earth, through Lawrence Singer, who had found you, and then you spoke at the Rose Room in LA, which seems like a while ago. But since then, all the wonderful things that are coming through the field. This youth plenary, which is its working title, we'll have a full title soon. But everybody's welcome to bring your youth to it. If you want to get connected to it, come through me, write to me if you want to be connected, or Irina, and we'll collate everybody who's coming. We'll have Marty co-hosting and Georgia co-hosting. It's going to be a really powerful moment of connecting with the next generations. In terms of what is a youth, yeah, we kind of said up to about 28, but hey, I mean, who are we to define it? But anyone who kind of wants to be a youth can be a youth. And let's bring them together and let's have some fun. Yeah, I know. Let's have some fun. Thank you, Marty. Thank you. And isn't it amazing, all the work that's coming together, Marty, as we collaborate with these amazing change makers from around the world. Thank you, Purpose Earth. Thank you, Ungun. Marty K. Casey, final comment.
I just want to go back and say on that other event, I'm excited because we're bringing someone that you mentioned, a political figure who's in the most racist city in America. She's coming because it is the hometown of the KKK headquarters. My goal when we talk about collaboration, I want to plant a peace pole on Black Sunday in that space. That is the type of change we can make from being in this space as a family. Ben, John, everyone. I even see my roommate, Anne-Marie. Yay. I'm telling you, this is what I love about who we are and what we can do. So come on, y'all, let's get it done.
Yeah, that's right. What's the name of the town that she's from?
She is in Harrison, Arkansas.
Harrison, Arkansas. Yeah. Okay.
Well,
that's some powerful. Look at the theme here of running into the darkness from Hiroshima to Arkansas to Auschwitz, to the challenges that we're facing collectively and globally, and that they don't belong to a particular country or a particular ethnic group. These are human challenges that we're all responsible for. Thank you, Marty. Thank you for your incredible leadership and your light in Georgia. Thank you. There's so much beauty and wonder coming together here. We're very, very grateful. And it's going to be amazingly powerful as we come together next month. Much love and look forward to seeing you all soon. Thanks for being with us.
Thanks, Georgia. Bye.
Thank you, Marty. Thanks, Ben. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. All right. Wonderful co-collaborator, brother, superstar, convener, and host with the most. It is our brother Scott Katamas, the Awakening World, which is now, really doing so much every week to bring together incredible content. I know this is close to your heart too, Scott, this healing. And, it's a big part of who you are and what you bring into the world. So thank you again for the powerful partnership and collaboration that we do this together. And welcome to the May Assembly, Scott Katamas.
Thank you so much. And it's wonderful to see so many people that I love, so many people that have been on the show. And people that I was with recently. It was great to be with many of you in LA at the Convergence, the week before that, to be with so many in Sedona. And it's a blessing. We are blessed to come together online. We're blessed when we get to come together in person. And of course, I always want to really ask everybody, watch The Awakening World. And if you can't catch it live, go to our YouTube channel, where we save all of our shows, plus special segments from people. And this Sunday, we are, of course, honoring and celebrating what's happening here as we prepare for the 99 Days of Unity. That's what this Sunday's show is going to be about. And so for those of you who don't get a chance to speak today, come to the Awakening World. You will have a chance, if you come into the Zoom room, to chat with us. John and Summer will be with us. And then two wonderful new faces for the Awakening World. But I see Tamsin was actually here with us today, and Harry Ovigi. So come join us this Sunday morning on our Sacred Sunday show at 10 o'clock. And of course, Omar Shar, who you just heard a few minutes ago, always is with us. He's my co-pilot for the show. He always plays at least one or two songs. And so join us on Sunday. And we want to hear from you. We want to hear what some of your initial commitments are, because of course, what we're going to be doing is all supporting each other to make a personal or professional commitment. Okay, during these 99 days, what's my goal? What am I going to accomplish in my life? We want to hear from you. And so we're going to kind of get that started this Sunday. And of course, a big thank you to Ben and everybody, your amazing team. So many people it really takes to make something like this happen. And most of all, let's just recognize that we really are part of an awakening world. I'm blessed. I get to every week have people on the show that are inspiring and wise, who are very clear that as hard as the headlines are, and as difficult as some of the things going on our planet are, we are part of an awakening world. There is something very extraordinary that's happening right now, and we're all a part of it. So I'm honored to be sharing this journey of life and awakening with each and every one of you.
Thank you so much, Scott. The shows are always amazing, The Awakening World and everything else that you do through the weekend. We're looking forward to June the 17th, which is really going to be day one. And we're going to have a major program working with The Awakening World on day one, really to kick off the 99 days, which is going to be I know a lot of people are thinking, what's my mission going to be? What am I going to do across that period of time? Is it going to be a personal? Is it going to be fitness? Is it going to be a relationship goal? Is it going to be a work goal? Is it going to be a mission goal? Is it collaborative? And the answer is all of those things are possible. It's just about coming together, declaring it in a space and saying, by September, by Peace Week, I'm going to achieve this. We're going to achieve this, and having that declaration and that intent. And it's going to be great to celebrate that together on day one when we come together.
And so I got to ask you, Ben, what are you thinking of doing for your 99-day commitment?
Yeah, well, we have a vision that we're working on for the Dubai Convergence, which is late November in Dubai, proceeding right before COP28. The intention is to really raise the frequency, building into those meetings of COP28, which is held in Dubai in the first 10 days of December. So my and our goal for across the 90 days, one of them anyway, will be to plan, organize, and finalize the Dubai Convergence so that it's ready with, who are the delegates coming, who are the guests that are coming, what's the content, and have it all done well in advance of Peace Week, I'd hope. But definitely that's our commitment, and one of them we're going to be achieving across the journey. So let's see, maybe some people want to play along and come to the Dubai Convergence, Scott.
Okay, good work. Talk to you soon, Ben.
Thank you, brother. Thanks for being with us. I know we have a lot to cram in, but I just wanted to make sure everything kind of gets honored here. We did obviously hear a little earlier about the Justine and the Earthwise, but I know, Janice, you had something you wanted to share about the Earthwise Constitution. I wanted to make sure you had a chance to share that before we move on, Janice. Oh, let's get you unmuted. Okay, let me unmute you. Try now. You must have logged out because you were a co-host before. No, you're still a co-host. You go ahead.
Oh, well, no, what I was going to say about it really doesn't make sense unless the whole thing could have been outlined. But basically, it's a call to action. I think all of us are here because we're on the transition team that assists the New Earth Rising. So it's very timely for an Earthwise Constitution. It's a template that gives us a course to manifest from, and it provides guiding principles and functional protocols for individual and collective actions. And so I just wanted to say, let us together answer this call of our future human selves in the now. Let each of us walk in the beauty way and find our place in the ecosystem of the new earth and help build a thrivable world. And I feel that this Constitution gives us as I said, a template where everyone can indeed find their place in this new ecosystem. There's no place too small, no action too big, no action too small. And that's all I wanted to say.
Thank you, Janice. Here it is here too. People, the link is in the chat. You can see the Earthwise.org Constitution. And these 16 commitments that Justine was talking about before are there. I love the idea of people taking one of these commitments, or at least one, and maybe more than one, and building them into our 99-day projects and missions. So definitely.
Exactly. It helps us synergize the unitive narrative into action and collective manifestation. And so it's really a worthy thing for everyone to look at. And I wanted to give it the respect it was due because of all of the team and stewards that have worked on it for so long. It's beautiful, beautiful effort for all of us to work with. So I just wanted to honor Justine and Annalise and Jean Houston and all of them who have worked on it.
Thank you, Janice. Thank you again, Justine. And if anybody wants to go there and really dive into it, there will be an Earthwise Constitution program in World Unity Week as well. So you'll be hearing, people will be hearing more about it, Justine, as we go forward, right?
Wonderful. Absolutely. Yes, we can't wait. We can't wait to share this with the world. Thank you. Thank you so much.
All righty. Well, John Raymer, we are coming towards the close. We've got a very special musical guest before we do finish up today. And we're very excited to have this person with us in a moment. Not yet. Spotlight. someone's very quick on the spotlights, which is great. John, it's great to have you with us, brother. And is Becky here as well?
You know what? I think she might be at Colin's sports event. Remember, she told us she had to go to her son.
Tell us, brother, what's next? They've got these trainings coming up now. Tomorrow, we've got the Peace on Earth by 2030 cafe, which is happening, where people can come and learn. There's going to be hundreds of people there as well. When I saw the RSVP for that, I know Miranda and David Gershon and many people are working very hard to make that. We'll get that link in the chat, and there's trainings coming up. So tell us about what people need to know before we close.
Right. Look, so, as I just listened, so much, right? How do we relate to all this, and how do we find our way through all of this? That's why I encourage you to get onto the Mighty Network, this peacethrough-unity.earth. So, and for example, what David Gershon is offering with the Peace on Earth by 2030 game, you can access that there. You can be a part of these missions that are being formulated and put forward here. Let me see if I can bring it up on the screen here. Yeah. Like what was just talked about, that beautiful covenant and constitution that Ana Luis and Earthwise has done. Well, that's going to become a mission in here. And look what happened here. You mentioned Brother Phil earlier. He put forward this idea and he talked about it as a vision of what could be coming forward. And he talked about a sacred covenant of unity and weaving together all of these different expressions. So get into the Mighty Network. You can find your way here. There are these different spaces. The missions is one. If you go here, you can see all the upcoming events, the training sessions that are there for you, these 2 for tomorrow. The links are in here. If you just get here, it's really the best place to position yourself to try to figure out how you find your way through all of this. There is so much. It's overwhelming in some moments. At the same time, it's so inspiring. How can we not learn more about what we're up to and figure out how do we turn what we have into what we need here? Get into the Mighty Network, the Peace Through Unity. If I click here, the biggest thing everyone could do is share it with other people. There's so much here, but let's let other people know about it. And by each of us reaching out to our network. So you see, I just clicked the invite there, that link right there, or I can put in email addresses here and get it out. Let's spread the word. People are looking for something to be hopeful for right now. What kind of future are we talking about? And it's ours to invent. No one knows the future, right? The future is something we make up, and this is the opportunity we have as we prepare for World Unity Week, then the 99 days, and celebrate what we'll accomplish in Peace Week. Tomorrow, we got 2 sessions. We have the recordings there. If you want to play, we'll help you.
Beautiful, beautiful. There's a lot of support here in the system, John, for people to come in. Now, the whole thing with Mighty Networks might be new for people, but that's what these trainings is about. And it's really about, in order for us to go to a place we've never been before, we need to become something we've never been before. And, we're going to need tools that maybe we haven't used before. So that's a really important innovation as we go along. Just as we begin to close today, I wanted to bring up special guest, Chief Dwayne Perry. Chief Perry, it's been wonderful to have you with us through the assembly. We have this major event coming up on the 24th of June, which is going to be coming from Split Rock to the world, all about sacred sites and bringing the sacred energy of place into this whole field of the solstice and World Unity Week. So thank you for your vision and for your leadership, Chief Perry, and we'd love to hear from you before we close today.
First of all, am I on? Okay, I'm muted. Okay. Number one, I'd like to thank
from New Jersey, Mom.
Hi, Mom.
Sorry.
Janice.
It's always good to see your mom.
It wouldn't be an assembly if we didn't have Janice unmuted unintentionally at some point. Thank you. Go ahead, Dwayne.
Yeah, okay. Well, first of all, I'd like to thank everybody on. It's to me, just to be able to listen and to share with some of the thoughts I hear is just so enlightening and enriching for myself, because I hear people sharing things and I'm thinking, my God, I seem to be on the other side of the moon with some of these issues. But the beautiful thing is that we are going to be doing our global solstice ceremony on the 21st of June, and on the 24th, We would like to invite the entire globe and galaxy to join us into celebrating the opening of Split Rock, the Tahiti Way. And we're looking for it to become a global focal point of humanity that all of us can take a part into and be a part of. And for that, I want to thank everyone here because, as I said before, I know some of you saying that's interesting, but what? Think of it this. I've extremely been inspired by you and everyone else, Dr. Marty, everyone that speaks. You make my day each and every day, and it gives me the strength to go forward to know that all things are possible in love and in light. And knowing that, let me say to you, Anishi, like, may love and light touch each and every one of you and all that you love. I thank you. Anishi. Oh, thank you.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful. Thank you, Chief Perry. Thank you for your beautiful heart and your spiritual leadership. And we are very excited about what's going to be happening on the 24th of June globally around the world and coming from Split Rock. So we're going to close with a bang today. We have a very special artist who's going to finish with a song. It's not just an artist, but somebody who's working to bring together so many of the different visions, the founder of International Children's Month, which we're going to be featuring during World Unity Week. Heidi Little, it's great to have you here in the May Assembly. You're working also closely with Chief Ava Looking Horse and World Peace and Prayer Day, which we're going to be connecting to as part of World Unity Week this year as well. So there's lots of beautiful, wonderful things in the field, and great to have you out with us to close today. Heidi, let me
Lovely.
Go ahead, Heidi, over to you.
Oh, you know how it is, Ben. We are all doing our best. And I just want to honor everybody here and thank you for all of the hard work that we are all doing. And collectively, I think there's been a substantial shift, especially in the last few days. And I think I just want to bring into the field that that things we have been working for so hard and in such dedicated action, like peace or love, those things have an energy that is also reciprocity. And at 3 o'clock this morning, I had a major download about being taken care of as well as taking care of. And I had never really thought, my whole life, I had never really thought about music taking care of me. I always thought of it as me giving and going out on tour, making albums. And it's always action, singing, guitar. But there's an energy that wants to come in and support us back, right? Like music takes care of me, and peace takes care of me, and love. I already knew love took care of me. That was always my big one. So just a reminder to everybody, if you could default back to your hearts in time of time constraints and deadlines and all the things we are all working so hard on. And International Children's Month is June. So June 21st, we're doing our Global Wave of Love again, 10th year for us. We have run completely on volunteer basis for 10 years. We have never run any money through the organization, with the exception of building some schools here and there. Right now, I am teaching the children of the cartel, 150 of them a day. And it's quite an eye-opener. They're 12 and 13-year-olds. And I never would have imagined I would be in that position. And they're beautiful. And we have the opportunity to transform generational trauma. We've been doing a lot of circle work. They're really getting it. And I'm super proud of them. So yay, go team, everybody who loves. And I love the organization, and I really appreciate the team here. Thank you, Ben and John and Phil Lane and all of us who have been here. I've been here. I just work a lot. So anyway, I'm going to play you a song, and hopefully it sounds good on Zoom.
Let's do it.
Somebody would let me know if it sucks, because I'll stop with the guitar and just sing to you. Okay? Will you do me that favor, please? Somebody just put it in the chat and I'll watch for it. If it gets wobbly and funny, let me know and then I'll just sing to you. Okay? So I just released a record called Peace, Love, Spiral, and I'm going to play All the Souls in Rhythm. Okay, here we go. All the souls in rhythm who are dancing to the beat. You feel the rhythm in the streets and all around. Now you know that my mind is rest assured. I believe in so much more. I finally found the light. Love will lead to show me the way. And now I am here today. I'm here today to say, all the souls in rhythm who are dancing to the beat. Feel the rhythm in the streets and all around. All the souls in rhythm who have finally found the light to uphold all that's right for humankind. Go ahead and tell your way. You are entitled to what you say, but I do not have to believe. I have heard all of this before, and now I've come to ignore anything but truth and light and peace. All the souls in rhythm who are dancing to the beat. Feel the rhythm in the streets and all around. All the souls in rhythm who have finally found the light to uphold all that's right for humankind.
Yay. Beautiful.
Love you.
Beautiful, Heidi. That's a beautiful song. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm
Thanks
so
for
happy
closing
to
us
be
with a
with
beautiful
you.
song with beautiful music. Thank you to everyone for your participation today. Thank you in particular to the presenters and the speakers, to the team, Irina and John and Becky and Anna Marie and Cara and everyone who's worked so hard to pull this together. Thank you to our amazing sponsors, and thank you to everybody who has been responsible for bringing us together. We go from here over the next few weeks. I think it's June the 7th is the June Assembly. Great participation today. It's a really good sign to see all these different things coming together, from the Holomovement, New Earth Rising, 99 Days, all these elements and these stories which are coming together. Healing and wholeness is really the work of our time. So thank you everybody for your presence, most importantly. And let's spread the good word, and let's convene back here in 3 weeks' time. Well, we're here every week, but let's convene back here in 3 weeks' time for the June Assembly, which will just be like days before day one. And get ready to declare your mission. What's it going to be as we come together and say, this is what I'm achieving over the 99 days. How exciting. Great to be with all of you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And we'll see you on down.